This week has been very challenging for many LGBTQ people, women, children, and really anyone who's still sane living in the United States. Even those in other countries are suffering because of this week's events. So we decided to take the week off from publishing a regular episode. Instead, we wanted to focus our time on a simple message and channel our anxiety and sadness into something productive. A project we feel is needed now more than ever. We've heard from many of you this week that after 4 years with no issues, our video, The Science of Being Transgender, is now not able to be shared with your friends. And clicking on it prompts you with a warning about our video, quote, promoting self-harm. You might have noticed other trans videos across YouTube have gotten similar prompts before you can watch the video. We even got an email from YouTube this week asking us if we were okay and providing us with resources because in their opinion, we showed signs of depression in that video, which was flagged. But that video was just about scientific studies and had nothing to do with self-harm. It's very alarming to us that a video about trans science is now labeled as such a threat. It's even more disturbing that there's no sign of it being flagged on the back end of our channel, so we can't see it, and there's no appeal process available. We know the CEO of Google attended Trump's inauguration, and many other social media companies who had their executives in attendance changed their platform to silence LGBTQ, Democrat, and women voices this week. This isn't a glitch or a coincidence. It's to appease a president who thinks he's a dictator, and literally fired everyone this week in the federal government that he could, whom he suspected were DEI hires, including women, lesbians, gays, trans, and African Americans. Yes, it's unconstitutional, but Trump removed the Constitution from the White House website this week and pardoned 1,500 people who committed treason and killed police officers in an insurrection on our Capitol. He signed an executive order overruling the legislative and judicial branches, so he fulfilled a campaign promise of being a dictator on day one. I guess the Constitution means nothing nowadays. And yes, Trump is coming for LGBTQ rights. He's already come for LGBTQ rights on day one. And we can sit here and say we told you so to log cabin Republicans, but we honestly didn't think so many social media platforms would be helping him so soon. So we're working on a project we've wanted to do for a while now, remaking the Science of Transgender episode with updated information, more concise, less hostile delivery, and way better graphics. But that takes time, and that'll be published hopefully next week. So in the meantime, I wanted to share a message and some advice. I want you to know that no matter what an orange man with tiny hands says, your sexual orientation is perfect the way it is, and your gender identity is flawless. They can come after our legal rights, but they cannot take the truth away from us. If you need help this week or any time during the next 4 years, remember our friends at the Trevor Project are there to help anytime you need, 24/7 for free. I'll put their info on screen now if you need. I'll leave you today with some useful tips. Do something they never expected us to do. Take everything they do to us and do it back to them. Next time you're in a bookstore, put some LGBTQ books on a Bible shelf. Leave a Trump sticker saying, I did that, when you're getting eggs or gas in your car. Drop a comment. Thanks, Trump, when a small business closes. Protest outside a church with body armor on, and chant how dangerous you think it is to have a priest read a book to kids. Send a letter to a MAGA straight couple down the street and tell them how you don't approve of their lifestyle choices. Homeschool your kids when they force Trump Bibles in classrooms. Make love to your gorgeous husband anytime Trump's spending his day fighting with Elon Musk over who's really president. Actually, strike that. That's way too many cuddles even for me. Kiss your partner whenever Trump is in a Twitter fight with a pastor. It'll happen way more often than you think. And it's not just because it's negative 16 degrees outside today and they don't believe in climate change. But remember, kids, revenge is a dish best served cold. Remember to take names of all those laughing at your rights being stripped away, and remember them as the empty souls who kicked you when you were down. Keep track of the companies who end their DEI or LGBTQ initiatives now to impress a wannabe dictator. Because come Pride season, I'm sure their hand will be out asking for your money. Keep track of the Katy Perrys coming out in support of Elon Musk, the Village People endorsing Trump and saying the gay community hasn't supported them even though their songs have been our pride anthems for years now. And the Tim Cooks of the world, who donate to Trump, even though he's gay himself, and Apple products are used by a lot of creative professionals who are overwhelmingly gay too. We'll remember this, Tim. But if there's one thing I've learned about the gays, it's that we're good at taking names. So please do that now when it counts. It's perfectly alright to disown family members and friends who call Trump an ally or a hero. I'm a professor of LGBTQ topics, and even my ex-sister supports Trump. She's come out in support of Trump's anti-trans policies, but somehow thinks he's also an ally to the trans community at the same time as passing anti-trans orders. She claims to support me in my marriage to my beautiful husband, but thinks I'm lying about Trump coming after gay marriage when I quoted Trump for saying he's coming after gay marriage. You can't have it both ways. Family is not family, friends are not friends if they don't support you when it counts. And it's okay to disown those wolves in sheep's clothing. But while hate groups might be laughing at this being a difficult time, it's okay to be scared or cry. Just do yourself a favor and channel that sadness into something productive like getting revenge. It's time we stop making petitions or videos calling out the bad things they do because they consider it a victory. It's time we stand up and fight, run for office ourselves, and get involved with ensuring they don't win a single inch of ground in this war. And make no mistake, Republicans have been treating this like a war on our rights, our democracy, and our country for years now, while Democrats kept playing by the rules and saying, when they go low, we go high. Thanks, Michelle. When Ukraine was first being invaded by Russia, they asked Ukrainian President Zelensky if he wanted to get to safer ground. Instead, he said, I need ammunition, not a ride. Which reminds me, protect yourself. First aid classes are usually available in community halls like YMCAs or fire stations. Self-defense classes are available for relatively low cost in about every city or town. Self-defense driving courses are available for those with a little more spending money. Security cameras, triple lock doors, and window alarm systems aren't that expensive to protect your family. And remember, the Second Amendment doesn't only cover Republicans. There is no doubt violence will rise over the next 4 years, and while offense should never be the answer, sometimes they violently attack. Remember, they're the ones who claim to back the blue, but then killed police officers who were defending our capital. So some of them don't have any respect of life for even those they claim to care about. And defense is a much better strategy than being a victim of a hate crime. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. This is going to be a very long 4 years, and it's only been 5 days. Some Republicans have even proposed amendments to the Constitution so he can run again in 2028. But I'm begging every Democrat, every LGBTQ person, every woman, every African American, Hispanic American, and anyone who still knows what it means to be an American, hold on to an ounce of hope. Channel your fear and sadness into something productive, and maybe run for office so you can get revenge on all those people who found it so easy to kick you when we were knocked down. I wish I could end this by saying it's going to be all right in the end, but this isn't a fairy tale and I don't know the ending. So I'll leave you with this. It's going to take all of us giving it our all for there to be a chance of it being all right in the end. Some days are going to be better than others. On some days, giving it your all can mean standing up and fighting with vengeance. On other days, giving it your all can also mean laying in bed and letting a few tears show. But that's okay. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. In the end, please do me a favor and never, ever lose hope. Also, Valentine's Day is coming up, so make sure to get your copy of our Gay Couples Coupon Book so it arrives in time for the holidays. Get yours today while supplies last and before Trump decides to ban free speech too.